This is part one of our pop art picnic collage, weaving. You're going to have 2 pieces of construction paper, a ruler, scissors, and a pencil for this first part. So the first thing you're going to do is take one of your pieces of construction paper and you are going to fold it hamburger style, and that means the wider way. The shorter, wider way. Hot dog style is the long way. Like this, that's wrong. Do not fold it hot dog style, fold it hamburger style, just like this. So go ahead and fold your paper. Make a nice crease, and that crease is important because you can see when you fold paper, you have a creased side and a side that opens up. So we're focusing on the creased side. We have to know where that is, because we're going to put the ruler up against the creased side. So you're going to set your ruler up against the paper on the creased side, and you're going to make sure that your ruler is on the inches. See, the inches are the bigger numbers, and the centimeters are the smaller numbers. So you want to make sure you have the inches. We're not going to do any fancy measuring. We're just going to look at where the numbers are. And we're just going to put little marks on our paper, on the crease, at the 1, the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Just little lines. Take your ruler away from the paper, and now you are going to cut on those little lines that you made from the crease. You're going to cut up, 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 and stop. You are not going to cut all the way up and through. So do this all across the paper on those little marks that you made with the ruler. So when you unfold your paper, this is your warp threads for weaving. Now you do the same thing with your next piece of paper, hamburger style. Put the ruler against the crease, mark all the numbers. But watch how I cut this time. Up, 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 all the way. You get to cut this one all the way up, so you have little strips. These are your weft threads for weaving. So now you got the warp and the weft, and it is time to weave. So you'll take a weft thread, and we are going to be weaving over and under the warp threads. So we're going to go over the first one. See how it passes over, then under. Pull it through, over the third one, under the fourth one, over, under, over, under, and over. And there is your first weft thread woven through the warp. Now when you do your next one, it needs to start the opposite way as you started your first one. We started by going over the first warp thread. Now we're going to go under it. So we're going to go under, over, instead of over, under, over, under. And when you do that, it makes a nice checkerboard pattern. And this helps hold the weaving together. So every time you start a new weft thread through the warp, it needs to start the opposite way as the last one you did. Make sure to scooch them all close together too. Keep scooching those weft threads up. Now watch here, I get a little distracted as I'm weaving. So I'm weaving along, and all of a sudden I realize this kind of looks strange and it's really, really loose. That's because I didn't start this one the opposite way as the last one. I did them both over under. So when you do that, just pull it out and try it again. Keep weaving till you have no more room. You might have one left over. Then write your name on it. And the last thing you're going to do is you're going to glue a paper plate on top of your weaving. This is your picnic blanket. And here is your paper plate to go on the blanket. So put some glue on the back of the plate and glue it down right on top. That's the end of part 1.